Only 2 weeks remain in the XBL season. In both AAA and XBL, the postseason race is on. Tonight, two important matchups for playoff positioning, and in both leagues, we have two top 10 teams facing off. First up, Cougars Lone Stars in the middle of the pack will take on Phill and his dual monsters, who are just one seed away from a first round bye in the postseason. Then later tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, we have our XBL match of the week between Weavers Beavers and Mantis's Junkyard Jabronis. Both teams are in the playoff picture and both are looking to make a run at the top four spots to gain a first round bye themselves. It's the postseason race and anything can happen. This is our XBL match of the week broadcast. Good evening and welcome to this production of the XBL Cross-Platform Baseball League. I'm Light Snack, aka Florabelle, aka your play-by-play announcer. And with me on color is the Big D himself, Mr. Dwayne. We have just 2 weeks left of this season, Dwayne. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. It's gone by extremely fast. The first 5 weeks have been filled with games on top of games, upsets, the unexpected, the expected, a little bit of everything. Triple plays all week this week. Who could have called that? I mean, it's been extremely exciting.
So many triple plays, just defensive gems every step of the way. I'm
Absolutely.
sure we're going to see a few of those in the weekly roundup tomorrow night.
Oh, be sure.
So our first match of the week, we've got our AAA match of the week. Now for AAA, all games are played at 80 batting ego and then 90 ego for everything else, that being pitching, base running, and fielding. So we have a lot of high level play, even in our AAA division, whereas XBL is 90 ego across the board. But for this first AAA match of the week, we've got Phill versus Cougar. How are we feeling about this matchup? Some pretty good players right here.
Yeah, like you said earlier, two teams top 10 in the power rankings, close to top 10 in the standings. If not, Cougar might be in 11th. But either way, they're both very, very, very in the thick of this right now. Phill with a more balanced approach, but going almost exclusively with contact swinging as far as hitting goes. Should be interesting. He's picked up some big wins this week. He played Pizza Volcano and came away with, I believe, a split. So he's looking good against Cougar, who is proving to be an elite pitcher. We already saw him once on Match of the Week earlier this season, and he's getting a second go around this time. He completely shut down Kalen in that first matchup, and he's going to probably be looking to limit the runs again today. We've got dual Shaka on our hands, and that means anything can happen. There's a lot of space in that ballpark.
A ton of space in that ballpark. And you have to think, just on paper, with Cougar being the more pitching focused of these two teams, he might have a bit of an edge coming in, where Shaka is the largest ballpark in Super Mega Baseball 3. Very hard to hit the long ball in that park. What do we know about Phil's potential there?
Well, Phil's going to have to be able to use the entire field, find the gaps, find some space between the fielders if the outfielders are running deep in that outfield and things like that. If he's able to get runs through the hole, if he's able to make solid contact against Cougar, who's going to be placing his pitches probably very well, he should be able to find success. But like we both said, it's going to be up to Cougar to limit runs, and we know he can do that.
Anything can happen in Shaka, as you said
Oh,
earlier.
absolutely.
It's going to be a very good matchup. We're going to have two Shaka home games in this 2-game series between Phill and Cougar. It's the Dual Monsters versus the Lone Stars. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with game 1 of this series. And we are loading into Shaka. It looks like coogrrr will get home field advantage to start things off. Although, since both games are at Shaka, home field advantage is more just, you know, who bats first, who bats second, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be interesting to see if that ends up playing into it. You know, both teams on this home stadium, but whoever has the top of the ninth or bottom of the ninth, that actually might end up proving to be somewhat consequential depending on how many runs end up scoring in these ball games. It could be kept pretty close.
And you can see there's only in this the rankings right now. These are not the power rankings that we were talking about earlier, but rather current record rankings. Phill being 8 games above 500. coogrrr being 4 games under 500, and yet only a few spaces of ranking between them. Shows the competitive nature of this league.
Yeah, absolutely. AAA definitely really tight in the middle, and it's going to continue to be so down the stretch. So let's see what kind of exciting baseball these two teams can give us tonight.
Exodia, the Forbidden One, leading things off for Phill and the Dual Monsters. An S-ranked player. You don't see many of those here in the league. Xander's Ness is on the mound, and the first pitch of the ball game is swung on and missed. Strike one. This one is lifted just over the leaping glove of the second baseman. That's going to get off for a lead-off single. Exodia on first base.
Yeah, excited to see if that can benefit Phill here. Let's see if he's able to manufacture. Got that leadoff runner on, a ton of speed.
Xander's with a 3.10 ERA, swing and a miss on pitch one. A good arsenal there, utilizing 5 pitches. And as we talked about earlier, the Lone Stars definitely being a pitching-first team, want to try and keep things where they are here. This one is dribbled just into right field. Neither of the infielders' diving attempts could slow the ball down, or make contact with the ball, rather. And just like that, it's first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, it's a tough break, a little bit of a slow roller. You definitely want to try to get a glove on that and at least, you know, try to make the attempt for the out at first. Unable to do that there, so 2 early runners on for Phill. He's been scoring a little bit this week, too, so watch out.
The Lone Stars in a bit of trouble right now. First and second with nobody out. A big strike right there, swung on and missed with the high heat. The 1-2. Swung on, dribbled softly to second base. This could be 2. The throw at second is in time. Speedy runner gets to first safely. And so the Dual Monsters have the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, powerful hitter stepping into in Red Eyes Black Dragon. coogrrr is definitely going to be looking low in the zone, trying to force that double play ball. A lot of speed on either corner for Phill.
First pitch down the middle is swung on and fouled into the seats. Red Eyes Black Dragon with a 284 average, 2 homers, and 22 ribbies on the season. Xander's Nest delivers. High pitch swung on and fouled in the similar direction. The 0-2. Taken. The low breaking ball, and it gets away from the catcher, but the runners will stay where they are. Bit of a break there for the Lone Stars. Another foul ball keeps the count at 1-2. This one right down the middle is belted to right field. You can say goodbye to that one. It is a Shaka homer. That one is gone.
Wow, even this stadium's not holding that to the power alley. Phill absolutely hammering that pitch right down the pipe. You gotta love it. First inning runs, baby.
The 1-2 pitch was one to get a handle on, and he drove that one over the right field wall. An early 3-0 lead here for the Dual Monsters, as that one is ripped into the gap in left field for a 1-out single.
Yeah, they're keeping the train moving here.
Definitely. Xander's Ness is already tense on the mound, and the Obelisk steps in with a runner on first and 1 out. This one is swung on. It's going to be an infield fly ball and is caught by the second baseman. And that's out number 2. Harpy Lady stepping in with a 363 average. Takes the first pitch strike. So far, this Dual Monsters lineup able to take advantage of the Lone Stars' usual expert pitching.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like a few high-powered players in this lineup, and Phil's trying to be selective, find pitches that he can really get a hold of. So far, so good. After, but I speak too soon as he dribbles that.
And that should end the inning, but a huge 3-run blast puts the Duel Monsters up 3-0. The Lone Stars have to start making things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here what he can respond with in the bottom of the first. He's got a decent bit of a decent few strong hitters in his lineup, as well does coogrrr. If he can utilize them, he can try and keep himself in this ballgame.
First pitch is a broken bat dribbler right to the shortstop, thrown out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Allison Ruiz steps in. Looks like the Duel Monsters are taking a quick look at the opponent's lineup. You can take a look for yourselves right here. The Lone Stars. A pretty solid lineup here. Gate Guardian delivers the low 101 mile per hour strike. And a swing and a miss brings it to 0-2. Gate Guardian with a 4.38 ERA. Another broken bat from the Lone Stars. Summon Skull steps in from center field and makes the basket catch. And that's out number 2.
Yeah, well, made me a little nervous for whatever reason. He had to really get under that one.
This one is grounded to Blue Eyes White Dragon. Picks it up, fires it to first. Raw has it. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning. Not what the Lone Stars wanted in response to that big 3-run inning for the Duel Monsters. They lead 3-0, and Slifer the Sky Dragon in the 8-hole stepping in. First pitch is swung on and fouled. Xander's Nest really looking to calm down after that first inning. This one is blooped over the diving first baseman, and that's going to get on for a leadoff single.
Can't make much better of an effort there if you're coogrrr. Honestly, I thought he really did have a chance at getting that once he dove. Falls a little bit further than his glove, and that's another leadoff base runner for Phill. Again, let's see how he manages to move these runners around.
Wings Karibo lays down the bunt. He throws to second, not going to be in time. Too much speed, and the bunt goes for a single. First and second with nobody out.
Another great situation for Phill. That was a pretty decent bunt. Put it out in front of the plate, but it ended up dying. We got a double steal, and he's going to be successful. So now he's got those 2 runners in scoring position with no outs.
Looks like it was a hit-and-run attempt, but the ball was just too high. This one is dribbled. It's going to be a ground-out RBI, and the runner from second moves to third. 4-0. Duel Monsters lead.
Trading a run for an out, not a bad strategy when you're already up this early. And now with the runner on third and less than 2 outs, he's got his top of the order turned over and some more power at the plate.
This one is swung on. It could be another similar situation, and it is. Another 2 back-to-back ground-out RBIs, 5-0. Duel Monsters expand their lead.
Yeah, 5 runs early already for the Duel Monsters.
Xander's Nest unable to currently contain this Duel Monsters offense that has already shown in just 2 innings that they can master the long ball and the small ball.
I think Phill has more runs in these 2 innings than any of the games combined in which we've watched at Shotgun Match of the Week so far this year.
Wow, what a stat. What a stat is that.
I think most of the games were 2-1, 1-0, 1-0. Maybe there was a 3-1 in there.
Cleanup batter, Red Eyes Black Dragon, who already has a homer on the day, belts this one to center field, but it will be caught at the warning track. That, my friends, likely a home run in possibly any other stadium.
Yeah, Phill really got a hold of that. Absolutely drilled just a hair under it if he had managed to get a little better placement on that. But you can't really complain when ball still goes 415 feet for a loud out.
The Lone Stars have their work cut out for them. They trail by 5 here in the bottom of the second inning. This first pitch is grounded up the middle. White Dragon has it and throws it to Raw for out number 1. Mac Trunk, the designated hitter, batting in the 5 spot. A 2.14 average, no homers on the year. Back up the middle again. White Dragon corrals it again. And back-to-back similar plays. 2 outs already here in the bottom of the second. First pitch is swung on and fouled. Gate Guardian, only 8 pitches thrown and 5 outs recorded. The 0-2 goes with the high heat. Swung on, lifted into foul territory. That one is going to land in no man's land. And a spoiled pitch. Takes the low heat. Can't slow up there. Swung on and grounded to White Dragon. She throws it to Raw. And another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, can't complain at all if you're Phill getting these quick innings, moving through the Lone Stars lineup at a rapid pace. Coogrrr not expressing that patience that we saw in that earlier match of the week this season. Let's see if he's able to try and find his way here in the middle innings of this ball game.
This first pitch is hammered, but right into the glove of Ruiz at short. 1 pitch, 1 out. Obelisk the Tormentor with a .231 average swings at the first pitch, grounds it to McBiddles, throws it to McGee for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs. We'll see if Xander's Nest goes for the 3-pitch inning. Harpy Lady does not offer at it. Just a bit outside. And the count goes to 2-0. This one is swung on. And Ruiz can't get it. It goes right past the glove of the shortstop. She's unable to make the catch, and that gets down for a 2-out single.
That is a really rough break for Coogrrr. I mean, that ball's hit kind of in a decent spot. Looks like he's going to get out of it, though, with an easy fly out to left field to Kobe, Arkansas, as we move on to the bottom of the third. Yeah, tough play to make, I guess, for the shortstop there. A little bit of a humpback liner. You really expect her to catch that, though, 9 times out of 10.
7, 8, 9 batters are due up for the Lone Stars, who are trying to get something going. Swing and a miss on the inside cutter. Gate Guardian already locked in. This one is belted towards the gap in right field, but it doesn't trail. Skull gets under it and makes the catch.
Putting a little bit of a charge into that one is Coogrrr. Let's see if he is a little bit more selective at what he swings at, tries to find those strikes. So if he can make contact like that, he might be able to find his way back. Still searching for some base runners.
Big swing and a miss on the curveball brings the count to 0-2. Low and away change is swung on and missed. He was expecting the heat there, and just that changeup made him look silly. High and in change just misses. The 1-0 to Coogrrr. Sage McBiddles at the plate. This one is swung on and lifted into left field. Obelisk gets under it and makes the grab. Another 1-2-3 inning. Get to the top of the fourth. 9-1-2 batters due up for the Duel Monsters, looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, already at the third time through their order after Kuribo bats here. So looking good if you're the Duel Monsters. Trying to jump on Xander's Nest early. I believe Coogrrr has a pretty weak bullpen, so if he can, bang up his starter pretty good and then get into that bullpen, Phill could be looking to score more runs.
A 5-0 lead, but Xander's Nest only now throwing his 40th pitch as this one is belted into center field, but plenty of room for Sherman to grab it and makes the catch in center field.
Some really solid contact off the Duel Monsters bats this far in this game.
Blue Eyes White Dragon with a solid 300 average on the year. Takes 2 in a row. The 2-0 from Ness is on the way. Just misses. We'll see if they hold up on 3-0. And they do. They take the strike on the outside corner. The 3-1. This one is swung on and hammered, but right to McBiddles, picks it up and throws it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, Phill still hit that hard. You can tell he was sitting on a strike there, just sort of yanks it over to second base. And now we got the top of the order for the Lone Stars stepping into the box. Let's see what Distal can do for us here. Let's get some action going.
Distal with a .235 average on the year. Only 1 RBI for the leadoff man. This one is swung on and lifted into center field. Summon Skull gets under it and makes the grab. 1 away.
Coogrrr not missing balls. He's just not getting very much good contact here.
This one's grounded off the glove of Gate Guardian, but he picks it up and fires it to first. Out number 2. Dapper Quinn to bat with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch cutter is lifted right to Slifer. The Sky Dragon makes the catch. We head to the top of the 5th. Lone Stars nothing. The Duel Monsters 5 runs.
Another quick inning, I believe a 3 or 4 pitch inning there for Phill. And now he's back digging in once more. It feels like we were just here mere minutes ago.
Both of these players you can see swinging early and often. First pitch is swung on and missed.
Yeah, you can see that
The
strategy
0-1
working
finesse.
out for one team over the other thus far.
Although it does seem like now back up to neutral, Mojo has been able to contain the dual monsters since the second inning.
Yeah, starting to settle in. Phill, I think, being a little less patient.
Right into the glove of Sherman in shallow center field, and that's out number 1. Red Eyes Black Dragon steps in. Swings at the first pitch again, lifted into shallow center field. And another easy catch for Sherman. 2 away and nobody on for the Winged Dragon of Ra. Ness fires. Swing and a miss, 100 miles per hour, down the heart of the plate. This one is swung on and fouled towards the dugout. The 0-2. Swung on the inside pitch. Soft dribbler to McFiddle. She has plenty of time to throw it to McGee. And it's another 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0, the Dual Monsters lead.
Yeah, Gate Guardian cruising. Let's see if he can continue to do that here into the meat of this ballgame. He's only on 23 pitches here in the bottom of the 5th.
3 pitches. Big check swing on the high heat. This one is belted to center field, but plenty of room for Skull. Looks like the batter just got a little bit underneath that pitch. Wasn't able to drive it over the wall.
Yeah, it's a tough break. That's the second hard hit ball we've seen out of Cougar that really he deserved to hit on. Harpy Lady scoops that up, makes the throw into first. Bam, 2 outs quick again.
A really heads-up play from the third baseman there. We've seen plenty of balls hit in that direction where the baseman simply, if the ball is hard hit, they just don't grab the ball for whatever reason. This one is dribbled just foul. That was a close one. The inside cutter swung on and missed. The 0-2 to Kobe, Arkansas. Doesn't take at the very low and away heater. Changeup swung on and missed. Got him on the trailing changeup off the plate. We head to the top of the 6th. It's still 5-0 Dual Monsters.
Phill showing some decent ability sequencing in this game. That's the second time he's got Cougar on that changeup. Really impressive when you have him on the heater, and then you can really just drop that in there, watch it fall off the table for an easy swing and strikeout.
Obelisk the Tormentor with those giant, beefy blue arms. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and grounded to Ruiz, who has plenty of time to pick it up and throw to first for out number 1. Looks like both teams are settling in with their pitching here in this late game. Xander's Nest delivers the 1-0. Taken all the way, the off speed. Catches the outer part of the plate. That one does not. And the 2-1 to Harpy Lady. Taken all the way, just a touch high. A patient batter here, the 3-1. Clips the outside corner. We have a full count. Harpy Lady steps out, then steps back in. The delivery is swung on and lifted into right field, but right into the glove of Distal. He makes the catch after coming in a few steps.
Yeah, Phill exhibiting some good patience there, but unable to really get the contact he needed. Swinging on the first pitch here, that should end at the top of the 6th, and it does. And we keep moving along.
7, 8, 9 batters due up for the Lone Stars here in the bottom of the 6th. They are scoreless. Izzy Sherman batting a 162, no homers and only 1 ribby. Takes the low heat, but just misses. The 1-0, taken high and away. Bit more patience from Cougar here in the 6th inning so far. And the ball seems to have phased out of existence. The umpire is turned around, not wanting to see the disgraceful situation, and something went wrong. You have been disconnected.
Oh,
so
dear.
It looks like we had a bit of Super Mega Baseball magic, where we've seen this before, right? This has happened multiple times in the online league, where we have this issue, I guess, with the game disconnecting one of the players or possibly both of the players, and unfortunately, it seems to have happened right now in this AAA match of the week. We're going to reach out to our 2 players and see what the plan of attack is here. Most likely, we'll be moving on to Game 2, so there will be a pause placed on Game 1. They will pick that game up where it left off there in the 6th inning with that score of 5-0. But in order to match up the pitchers, the correct starting pitchers for those games, they're going to have to do a series of forfeits to get back there. And since the next game is going to be Game 2's lineup and the correct home field, it will be, I believe, Phill as the home field in the next game, they will simply queue up and we will go forward with game number 2, is the hope right now. All right, so we have a bit of a, we'll call it a postponement, a delay in Game 1, which is going to be paused at 5-0. The Duel Monsters lead that one. But now we head to Shaka at night for the Duel Monsters home game. This will be game number 2 of this series, and we'll see if the Lone Stars can recover from what was seeming like a pretty difficult time in Game 1 against the Duel Monsters.
Yeah, let's see what we're going to have on our platter for Game 2. Phill was really dealing in that first game. If he's able to continue doing that, he should be in good shape. He's going to have to find a little bit more patience towards the middle of that ball game. He was swinging a little bit more freely than before, than earlier in those first 2 innings. But if he's able to exhibit patience, he should be able to jump on that Lone Star starters early like he did last time.
We'll also see if a change of scenery, albeit just from day to night, makes a bit of a difference, or if the pitcher, the starting pitchers for these 2 teams, makes any bit of difference there. And I think as we briefly discussed, coogrrr was able to contain the Duel Monsters a little bit better as Game 1 went on. And we'll see if there's a change here.
Yeah, here we go. We got XYZ Dragon Cannon starting us off on the mound for the Duel Monsters.
An accomplished pitcher in his own right, XYZ Dragon Cannon. Got that name from just his powerful arm. A 2.63 ERA. First pitch, 101 miles per hour. There it is. That one catches the outside corner. The 1-1, swung on and missed. Through to Stahl, the 1-2. Big check swing on the high inside pitch. Swung at that fastball in the dirt. They have to make the throw to first to guarantee the out, and they do. So a strikeout to lead things off here in game number 2.
Yeah, good job by Phill there to keep coogrrr off balance. Get him swinging at that ball out of the zone for the easy, I'm not sure exactly what, I guess drop third, strike K. Yeah, not too bad there.
This one is hammered up the middle.
Wow.
Blue Eyes White Dragon with an amazing dive. Keeps it from going into the outfield, but the runner is safe at first. The Lone Stars aboard with a leadoff single. 1-out single, I should say.
Yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon doing a great job being able to get to that ball there. Just too much speed on that number 2 hitter for the Lone Stars.
And that speed is on the bag at first base. This one is grounded. The throw to second is not going to be in time, and everyone is going to be safe.
Tough break for Phill. I guess he had a bit of a panic moment there, trying to get that speedy runner. Maybe he wasn't aware of exactly how fast they were. Not really sure, but now 2 base runners on for the Lone Stars. Let's see how this plays.
XYZ Dragon in a bit of a pickle here as this one is popped up into center field. Summon Skull calls off the other outfielders, grabs it, makes the throw to third to keep the runner at second. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Mac Trunk batting .210. Big swing and a miss at the inside screwball. This one is popped up into shallow left field. Obelisk the Tormentor calls off the infielder, makes the catch. So the Lone Stars threaten but do not score. We head to the bottom of the first. Duel Monsters looking to get something going.
Yeah, let's see what Exodia, Blue Eyes, and Summon Skull can give us. We had a pretty exciting first inning in the last game, and it's looking like Sawyer Vaughn for the Lone Stars. He's got some serious stats on.
Great stats there, a 1.02 ERA, I believe, and a sub-1 whip, as this one will start off with an infield single. Dribbled onto the third baseline side, and the shortstop had to leave their feet, giving the batter more than enough time to get to first base. "15 strikeouts on the season for Sawyer Vaughn." The 0-2 to Blue Eyes. Taken all the way, and it's high. This one is swung on. The diving McGee and his feet stay on the bag at first base. What a double play.
Wow, that's insane. I can't believe he managed to get to that ball, and then bam, he's just laying flat on the bag for the second out. And there you go. Easy grounder, and the inning's over just like that.
Can we just talk about that double play for a second? The ball was lined softly into foul territory. I thought that's getting down no problem. The first baseman leaving their feet with the huge dive, and the ball's in their glove, and at the same time, their foot just grazing the first base. And that's the double play.
Yeah, it's insane, as you say. That's just one you're not going to see very often. Great job by Coogrrr to really dive early enough to be able to get to that ball, and he gets that really, really rare but extremely favorable double play. Easy fly out here for the first out in the top of the second. Looking like Phil's starting to settle in a little bit.
Dizzy Sherman faces the 0-2 count. The delivery from Cannon. It swung on and drilled, but grounded and foul. The low heat. Big check swing. Staying with the low heat. Doesn't offer it at that time. The 2-2. It swung on back up the middle, and Summon Skull won't have a play. That's going to be a one-out single for the Lone Stars. We are here in Game 2 of this series between Phill and Coogrrr. Game 1 was paused at 5-0 in the 6th inning due to a disconnect issue. This one is belted to deep center field, but Summon Skull has plenty of room to make the grab, and that's 2 away with the runner on first. And Sage McBiddle's at the plate.
Yeah, it's tough. Both these teams in both games drilling a few balls to that deep, deep shot of center field. Have they been anywhere else, they might have a few runs in their favor, but we have a dual Shaka matchup on our hands tonight. What else can I say?
Sage McBiddles with the 145 average, looking for some small ball magic here in Shaka. A lot of speed at first base. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. That breaking pitch, that screwball. Pickoff attempt at first is not in time. The 1-2 swung on. Harpy Lady makes the play, stretching out her glove and keeping that ball from getting into the outfield. She makes the grab. We head to the bottom of the second, scoreless.
Yeah, that's scary. Meat of the order stepping in for the dual monsters. Let's see what Red Eyes is able to do. We saw him hit that first inning home run, 3-run homer in that last game.
This first pitch is popped up into center field. And it looks like it will be a catch from Sherman for out number 1. Sawyer Vaughn, only 7 pitches thrown, 4 outs recorded. The low and away pitch is taken for a ball. This one is grounded.
Ooh.
A diving effort from the third baseman, Quinn, is able to keep the ball from trickling into the outfield, but the base runner will be aboard. And that's going to be a 1-out single.
Yeah, good break there for Phill. Just a little bit of an early dive, I think, by Coogrrr. And like you said, yep, got the base runner on with 1 out.
Ruiz makes the play on the soft liner there. And that's going to be 2 outs with a runner on first for Harpy Lady. 362 average. You got to bet she's looking for a big play here. This one up the middle is belted. A jump from Ruiz keeps the ball from getting to the outfield, but everyone's going to be safe. It was one of those tricky liners where you weren't sure if it was going to keep rising or not.
Yeah, it's a hard break for Coogrrr. I mean, he really did, I think, exactly the right move there. You at least want to knock that down. Don't let it go into the gap because that's an easy run for Phill. Make him hit with 2 outs and manufacture something.
Got Slifer to swing on the high and inside heat, and that'll be a ground out to end the inning. So the dual monsters threaten, but they do not score. We are scoreless here in the top of the 3rd. Through to stall. The leadoff batter is stepping in. XYZ Dragon Cannon doing well so far. The inside curveball misses. The 2-1 is on the way. This heater is drilled past the jumping Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that's going to get all the way to the wall and outfield. And that is going to be a lead-off double for the Lone Stars. They are looking to make some noise here in the third inning.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge break. And with now you got your 2, 3, and 4 stepping in. That's absolutely huge. With no outs, let's see how he's able to push this runner across, or if he's able to do it. That was a very similar ball to the ball that was hit to short last inning that ended up bouncing off the shortstop's head.
Two very similar balls and two very different outcomes. We'll see if the Lone Stars can capitalize here. The 2-0. Shows bunt, pulls it away, making it a 3-0 count. The changeup misses high and inside, and the Lone Stars have first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, looking like a pretty threatening situation. Phill electing to go power pitch there, ends up a little wild, not able to find that zone. 4 straight balls.
This one is belted into right field. Exodia is going to have to hurry. He makes the throw home, and they hold the runner at third. So now the Lone Stars have the bases loaded for the cleanup batter, Baller McGee.
Yeah, this is huge here. Cougars definitely looking to be selective and jump on a strike. No first pitch swinging at the very least.
1 homer and 10 RBIs on the season for Baller McGee. That screwball slides in there for a strike. The 1-1. High heat, big check swing, but he does not go around. The 2-1 swung on missed with that deadly screwball yet again. Contact versus righties for Baller. Taken inside. Bases loaded with nobody out. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. The heat got him swinging on the outside.
Yeah, that's tough there. Cougar definitely knowing the strike was coming, just could not catch up to it. Blazing 99-mile-an-hour heater. Still only 1 out. No ground balls. That's what we're hoping if we're Lone Stars fans.
Mac Trunk lays off of the outside curve. This one is grounded to Slifer. Throws it to second for the out, and throws it to first for out number 2, and that is a double play that will end the inning. So the Lone Stars load the bases with nobody out and aren't able to bring anyone home there. A big defensive effort for the Duel Monsters.
Yeah, that's the rally killer extraordinaire, the old 4-6-3 double play. Brings the Duel Monsters back to the plate with a chance to hit, as Phil's first pitch swinging going to be an easy grounder to first. But yeah, out of the jam and moving along. Game's still tied at 0-0.
And nobody can win a game that's tied 0-0. We're going to have to see one of these two teams score at some point. And it could even be this inning. That one is put a charged in, but right to McBiddles. And that's a quick 2 outs as Blue Eyes White Dragon steps in. The delivery from Vaughn is just outside. The 1-0 is on the way. Just a bit inside that one. Misses outside, misses inside. The 2-0 to Dragon. That one catches the upper part of the strike zone. The breaking pitch, the 2-1, is swung on. The off-speed is taken advantage of. DeStall throws to first, but it's not going to be in time. The Duel Monsters have a runner on first, and Summon Skull is stepping in.
Yeah, pretty dangerous looking hitter here.
286 average. That one is checked. The 1-0 is swung on. That could be dropping into left field, and it will. First and second with 2 outs. The Duel Monsters trying to go for a 2-out rally here. See if they can accomplish what the Lone Stars weren't able to in the previous inning.
Yeah, a couple runners on here for Red Eyes Black Dragon. Phill, I believe with the all-contact swinging approach, finds one off the end of the bat, does a good job of getting a little bit of wood on that. And that one's drilled. That could find some grass.
And it does, and Sherman is able to range over and make the running grab. A huge defensive effort from the center fielder there. The Lone Stars keep the Duel Monsters off the board. We get to the top of the 4th, and it is scoreless. And Kobe, Arkansas, is leading things off.
Yeah, a lot of dangerous situations for both teams while pitching in this ball game. Both teams able to get out of them. Something's got to give eventually here, you have to think.
The 1-0 to Arkansas is belted to center field, but plenty of time for Sum and Skull to get over and make the grab. Dizzy Sherman back at the plate. Swings at the first pitch and misses, the off-speed getting him. Sticking with the off-speed, and another swing and a miss, and it's an 0-2 count. The high inside heat lays off of it just enough. The outside screwball got him swinging, and that's out number 2. A big strikeout there from Cannon.
Yeah, that was huge. That's kind of a dangerous screwball, leaving one middle in the zone like that, finding some plate, but he gets Cougar swinging, and 2 easy outs so far.
The 0-2 count to Manny push-ups. Goes with the low change, swung on and missed. Back-to-back big strikeouts. And the Lone Stars go down swinging. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Raw, Obelisk, and Harpy Lady are due up for the Duel Monsters, but look at that. Sawyer Vaughn with only 24 pitches thrown so far.
Yeah, looking very similar to the Duel Monsters pitcher in the first game. Into the middle here, middle innings with a very, very low pitch count. His ERA now pushed below 1 as well. That's what we were talking about earlier. Lone Stars have some really elite pitching.
A huge jumping grab from Ruiz keeps that ball from getting into the outfield. We could have been looking at extra bases there.
Yeah, I thought that one was a gapper for sure. Just a great timed jump by Cougar, stealing a hit away from Phill. Shortstop's getting a lot of action on hard-hit baseballs in this game.
Obelisk the Tormentor, those big blue arms yet again. The 2-0, taken all the way. That off-speed pitch, almost right down the middle. That one misses a bit high. Composed kicks in for Vaughn on the 3-1, and it just clips the inside corner. The payoff pitch is swung on and fouled. This one is hammered towards the gap. No one's going to be able to make a play on that. A bit of a diving effort to keep it from going to the wall, but it pushes the ball towards the left fielder. That is going to be a 1-out double for the Duel Monsters.
Phill would not be denied. He will find that left center field gap. It's the last thing if it's the last thing he does. And now he's got Harpy Lady, and another juicy hitter in his lineup, looking to get that run across as he drills one into right field. That should be a hit. We're going to have a 1st and 3rd situation.
1st and 3rd with 1 out on that huge hit from Harpy Lady. Slifer the Sky Dragon now with the job to get the runner on 3rd home.
As we like to say, no double plays.
Infield is in. First pitch is high. This one is swung on over the first baseman because they were playing it in. And it comes back to haunt the Lone Stars. That is going to be an RBI single. The Duel Monsters get their first run of the game.
That is a heartbreaker there for Cougar. I mean, he's trying to mitigate that guy at 3rd or stop him from scoring, and that contact is just really, really tough to judge off the bat. He probably thought he was right there. He probably thought his guy was going to make that over the shoulder. Didn't end up being the case. That ball finds a little bit of space, and we've got our first lead of the ball game in favor of the Duel Monsters.
Sawyer Vaughn's ERA back up over 1. First pitch is high and swung on. They call the infield fly, so it will be out number 2, and the runners stay where they are. And people who've played this park, who've played Shaka, know of those blue pits over the 1st and 3rd baseman. That is how a lot of runs are scored here in this park.
Yeah, a lot of space to be had there behind the bases as that one's hit softly to shortstop. Should end the inning, and it does. We're going to move on to the top of the 5th, but not before Phill breaks through with a run.
And a huge run indeed. The Duel Monsters lead it by a score of 1-0. The Lone Stars looking to answer back and get their first run of this series. XYZ Dragon Cannon is locked in. The first pitch, a breaking ball high, just misses. Goes for the breaking ball again, trying to get the call. Big swing and a miss. That was a strike regardless. The screwball low and away is swung on and missed again. Whiffer trait activates for Sage McBiddles, the number 9 batter. Lays off the low heat. Trying to get XYZ's pitch count up. And brings the count full as the inside pitch just misses. Frozen with the screwball. Looked like it was staying inside, but it just breaks enough over the plate to get the call and the first strikeout.
Yeah, great sequencing again by Phill. Has been doing a good job nailing the coffin with those changeups in these 2 ball games.
Big swing and a miss on the outside heat. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled towards the dugout. The 0-2 lays off that low heater. Can't lay off that one, though. It bounces off the glove of Dragon Cannon, slows it down enough so that there isn't a play from the shortstop, and that's going to be an infield single.
That's one of those that's really tough to give up. You wonder if it's going to be a bit of a rally starter. Phil's got to really try and just navigate his way through these middle innings, try and keep that narrow lead as that first pitch is swung on. Might make it. Ooh.
A big diving effort from Exodia, the Forbidden One, in right field. Just mistimed it. And this one is belted into center field. That one has a charge in it, but Shaka strikes again. Summon Skull makes the catch.
Oh!
He doesn't! The ump calls him out at first. It's a double play.
Man, wow. I can't believe after the double throw that he still manages to get that out. Cougars just way too far, rounded around second base there. I mean, he thought that ball probably had enough juice to get over the head of the center fielder and score that run, tie this ball game. Doesn't end up being the case. Instead, it's 2 big outs for the Duel Monsters. Damn.
Was that an 8-4-3 double play? I don't even know how to call that.
That's an 8-4-3 if I ever saw one, and I haven't.
Towards the gap, but DeStahl is able to get there and make the catch. A charge put in that ball, but it is spoiled for out number 1. Some crazy plays so far in this series. The Duel Monsters lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. They are up to bat. And Summon Skull has 1 out and nobody on. The 3-1 from Sawyer Vaughn. Check swing on the inside pitch, but it is called a strike. The payoff pitch is swung on. Strike him out. Blew it by him, and he wasn't able to catch up with the swing.
Yeah, Cougar does good navigating that hitter's count there. Sawyer's ERA back up over 1 after that tough run given up in the last inning. Red Eyes jumping on the first pitch. Ooh, man, you really think he should have caught that.
Poked into center field, Sherman with the slide, and for some reason he just wasn't able to get his glove to the ball. Bounced off his body, and as a result, there is a runner on first with 2 outs here.
Yeah, Sherman, not exactly the time we want you to take one to the chest.
We'll have to wait to see what the official scoring is on that one, as that one is lined over the leaping second baseman, and we're going to have runners on the corners again for the Duel Monsters, this time with 2 outs.
Yeah, Cougar able to cut that off in the outfield before it got too dangerous. A little bit less juice on that than a few of those gappers Phil's hit earlier in this game. But yeah, first and third with 2 outs. Another good situation for Obelisk the Tormentor.
The Duel Monsters looking to extend their lead, grab some insurance runs here in this very close game. The 2-1 to Obelisk is swung on and fouled. And we have a 2-2 count. Swung on and missed. Got him with the big heat on the outside corner. What a pitch.
Yeah, even though it probably looked like Phill knew it was coming, still couldn't catch up to it. Now we got the meat of the Lone Stars order looking to tie this ball game. 3, 4, and 5 digging in.
Dapper Quinn is leading things off. A .265 average. 3 homers on the year for the number 3 batter. And 6 RBIs. It looks like the Duel Monsters are taking some time to analyze the situation. We might be going to the bullpen here, and we are. Dark Magician Girl is coming in relief of XYZ Cannon. The first pitch is taken for a strike, 101 miles per hour on that 4-seamer. Big swing and a miss on the 2-seamer off the plate. He's going to stick with it as K-Man activates. Swing and a miss, and he is struck out.
Yeah, looking like a good decision to go to the stable there for Phill. Bringing in Dark Magician Girl, she's an absolute fireballer. Electing to only allow his starter go into 5 innings into this ball game in a 1-0 game. Looking like CGSOs are not on Phil's radar.
And it looks like on that pitch, you could see I believe it was the contact, the bonus contact against that pitcher activating, giving him a little bit more of a good chance of getting a good contact there. And it paid off for the Lone Stars as they got a 1-out single. Mac Trunk is at the plate. K-Man activates for Dark Magician Girl. The 0-2 goes with the changeup, and this one is grounded to Blue Eyes White Dragon. makes the throw to first to get the sure out there, and the runner advances to second. Kobe, Arkansas at the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Dark Magician Girl trying to give the Duel Monsters a chance to keep their lead. The 1-0 is swung on into foul territory, and it looks like there was some confusion as to who was going to track that ball down, and it does land in front of the dugout. This one gets away from Red Eyes Black Dragon, but he's able to pick it up, and the runner stays at second.
Let's see if Cougar's able to take advantage of any of these minor breaks he's getting here.
That one catches the outside corner to the 2-2. K-Man activates for Phill. The high heater. A big check swing on the 104 miles per hour. I don't know how you hold up. Changeup is smacked foul. Back to the heater, low and inside. Gets a piece of it, but right towards Slifer the Sky Dragon. He throws it to Raw, and that is out number 3. The Lone Stars threaten, but do not score.
All right, we're going to the bottom of the 6th, 7, 8, and 9. Phill with 10 hits and only 1 run converted. Let's see if that that starts to show through for him here. He's still got a few chances to hit in this ball game, try and find some insurance.
The first pitch from Vaughn of the inning goes low and away and catches the strike zone. Big swing and a miss on the high and outside pitch. The 0-2 is swung on and lifted into right field. That's going to get down, a soft liner, and that is how the Lone Stars get things started here in the bottom of the 6th. A runner on first with nobody out. We'll see if the patient hitting continues here. I'm sorry, for the Duel Monsters. And that one is a bloop single. First and second for Phill. The Duel Monsters looking to extend their lead here in the bottom of the 6th. No outs. Runners at first and second for Ga Cowboy, the number 9 batter, currently in at the DH position. A zero average. Looking for his first hit, but that one is popped up into left field, and it will be caught for out number 1.
Yeah, unable to do anything there with no outs with 2 runners on. Now we've got the top of the order. Lineups turned over, and Exodia, the Forbidden One of the most dangerous hitters in this Duel Monsters lineup, gets a hit over the shortstop's head. That should bring a run around, and it does. We've got the insurance run Phill was looking for.
Yes, we do. A big leaping effort from the shortstop, just wasn't able to get a glove on it. The Duel Monsters trying to get this rally to keep on going. That one is smacked up the middle. A diving effort from Ruiz. She makes the throw to second to get the out there, but the runner at first will be safe. It's the corners with 2 outs again for the Duel Monsters, and Summon Skull is at the plate.
It's still a great effort to stop that hit from going through and managing to get an out of that play. Absolutely great.
The defense of the Lone Stars doing their best to keep things where they are. The 2-0 is swung on and grounded to Ruiz. She picks it up, fires it across the diamond in time at first. And that is out number 3. So the Duel Monsters pick up another run. Lone Stars trailing by 2. 7, 8, 9 batters due up.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
Dizzy Sherman is below the Mendoza line, batting 168. Dark Magician Girl, the K-Man relief pitcher, fires. Swung on and missed, low and inside. The 1-1 to Sherman is swung on towards center field. Summon Skull's going to have to make a play. He does, a basket catch as he runs in to make the grab. Manny push-ups at 161. Swings at the low and away breaking pitch. Exodia's going to have to hustle.
Ooh.
Oh, a dangerous catch there. Ball almost dropped onto the grass in front of him, but he's able to reach down and grab it before it does.
Yeah, making that play look a little bit tougher than anticipated, right off the shoestrings in right field.
The 1-1 to Sage McBiddles. Hanging slider is fouled. K-Man activates, sticks with the changeup, and there's a swing and a miss as the changeup trails off the plate. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Duel Monsters lead it by 2, and with the 4, 5, and 6 batters, you can bet they're looking to extend that lead.
Oh, absolutely. Insurance runs, like we said, very, very important. Everyone is going to make it that much harder for the Lone Stars to come back, so if Phill can find some here in the last couple chances he's got to hit, that'll be huge. But don't count Couggar out just yet. He's shown he can really put the bat to the ball in this second ball game.
The Lone Stars go to their relief pitcher. I believe his name is Tex Holhog. And first pitch is lined into the outfield for a leadoff single. And the Winged Dragon of Ra has a runner on first and nobody out. Swings at this first pitch. A huge grab from Tex Holhog. Keeps the ball from getting up into center field. That might have been a double play if the shortstop was able to get over there in time. But as it stands, it is one out.
Yeah, Tex electing to go for the put out there. Could have been the right move, could not have been. We'll see what happens with Obelisk here. He's still looking for that ground ball.
If you can make a play, if you can get the out, I say go for it.
Absolutely.
K-Man activates from Tex Holhog, and it's looks at the 104-mile-per-hour heater. Couldn't pull the trigger on it. And that is out number 2 as Harpy Lady steps in. First pitch is fouled. The 0-1. High pitch is swung on right back to Holhog. He is handling those comebackers well. We go to the top of the 8th. The Lone Stars trail by 2.
The top of the order settling in again here. Let's see what we got. It's only a 2-run ball game, still very, very close.
Through to Stahl, looking to get things started here for the Lone Stars in the top of the 8th. Swings at the first pitch slider, grounded to Slifer the Sky Dragon. An easy toss to Raw. 1 pitch, 1 out. Allison Ruiz steps in. Looks at the first pitch low. That one catches the outside part of the strike zone. The 1-1. The inside slider couldn't lay off of it. The 1-2. K-Man activates. Takes the 102-mile-per-hour heater. Swing and a miss on that one. And it's a strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, Dark Magician Girl's really stepped into this ball game. I believe her 3rd inning of relief work now. Just absolutely blowing it by these Lone Stars hitters and locking this ball game down.
Dark Magician Girl is locking the ball game down, and she herself is locked in as this one is popped up in left field. Blue Eyes White Dragon ranges back and makes the grab. The Lone Stars are running out of time here, and the Duel Monsters with another opportunity to extend their lead.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 1 stepping in here in the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for them to get a few insurance runs against Tex Holhog. These are the guys you're going to want at the plate. And after that, it's all about doing business and finishing these up.
Slifer chases the first pitch, and it is lifted into left field for out number 1. And Cowboy steps in, still looking for his first hit of the season. But it does look like the Duel Monsters might be going for a pinch hitter in this situation. Cowboy comes out for Magician. A 185 average for this designated hitter. Swings at the first pitch, grounded softly. Quinn's going to have to hurry. He makes the throw, and it is in time at first base for out number 2. Exodia, the Forbidden One, steps in. Swings at the first pitch inside. Quinn makes the grab before the ball can land. The top of the 9th inning, only 3 outs left for the Lone Stars. They need to score 2 runs here to stay in this ballgame.
Dark Magician Girl on 31 pitches. Let's see what Phill does here, if he tries to stretch her out for 3 more outs or elects to go to a fresh arm. And it looks like he's going to go to possibly Dark Magician himself. Let's see.
Looking at the batters left to face, Dark Magician Girl will come out, and Dark Magician, as you said, is coming into the game. A 3.04 ERA, 0.89 whip, and 49 strikeouts on the season for this reliever. First pitch is swung on and missed. The righty specialist throws a changeup. Swung on and missed. The 0-2. This one is drilled into right field off the glove of Raw, trying to keep it from getting into the outfield. But the runner is safe at first base, and the Lone Stars have their tying run at the plate in the form of Mac Trunk.
Yeah, Couggar does a good job getting around on that curveball. A little early, but very, very hard hit and tough to deal with for the first baseman. Now he's got specialists working against him here with Mac Trunk.
This one is grounded, a broken bat. The runner will advance second, and Raw can't pick it up. confusion between the infielders. Oh, and the runner tried to get to third and was caught off the base.
That's tough.
What just happened?
Cougars sensed an opportunity there to possibly try and push it to third. I think about midway through he realized he didn't quite have the speed to do it. Gets himself caught in a pickle, and there's no way he can dodge the tag. It's an unfortunate way to make the first out.
A misplay from the Dual Monsters followed immediately by a misplay from the Lone Stars. Instead of first and second with nobody out, it's a runner on first with one out as that one is swung on and missed. And just like that, the Lone Stars are down to their last out in Dizzy Sherman.
Yeah, the complexion of this ball game very, very different now.
Big power and contact in the form of Sherman. Takes the first pitch high. Sherman represents the tying run. He swings at the low breaking pitch. Slifer picks it up, throws it to first, and that is the ball game. The Dual Monsters hang on in a 2-0 match. The Lone Stars will be dealt a loss here, and they do trail by 5 in game 1, which I believe was in the 6th inning there.
Yes. That was, excuse me. Sorry.
It was a very interesting game. How different game number 2 was from game number 1. In the first game, we saw a 3-run homer in the very first inning, followed by another couple of runs from the Dual Monsters the inning after. This was a completely different story, a pitcher's duel on both sides. Phill having to scratch and claw his way to earn both of those runs that he was able to score in game 2, and was able to keep the Lone Stars from scoring when they threatened multiple times.
Yeah, there was a lot of rallies going on in that second ball game and a lot of shutting down on either sides. 2-0 was a pretty favorable scoreline for the amount of base runners we saw from both teams. I believe that it was over the realm of 20 hits combined. But Phill woke up early in that first game, put runs on the board, but it looked like around the 3rd or 4th inning of that first game, Cougars started to settle in on the mound, and that continued to translate into the second ball game. Phill was able to find his hits but not push a lot of runners across. Still able to walk away with the victory here in game 2. Looking for that victory in game 1, unfortunately suspended due to the disconnect. But this is big for his season if he's able to work out a sweep.
And game 1 is definitely in Phil's favor, with the Dual Monsters having a 5-0 lead in that one as it is suspended over the Lone Stars. The Lone Stars have a lot of work to do in order to catch up there. Unable to score any runs in game 1 or game 2 thus far. Obviously has his work cut out for him if he wants to get out of that one with a split.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cougars going to have to try and climb that middle inning mountain of 5 runs. I believe it was the top of the 7th when it disconnected, right? So very difficult to do that with a few outs to work with. But anything can happen in the game of baseball. Anything can happen in Super Mega Baseball 3. And absolutely anything can happen in the XBL.
And anything can happen in Shaka.
Absolutely, yes. As we saw, there was a few shenanigans. We did get to see a first inning home run for Red Eyes Black Dragon in that first game. So I believe that might have been our first dinger on Match of the Week for Shaka this season. It's been pretty interesting how people have been able to get crafty and score runs there. But exciting baseball nonetheless.
Very exciting baseball, and it does not stop there. In just about 20 minutes at the top of the hour, we will have our XBL Match of the Week between Weaver's Beavers and Mantis and his Junkyard Jabronis. You do not want to miss that one. Both teams are fighting for top playoff positions there, and it's going to be a huge rivalry, a huge match, and a ton of fun. So I hope you can all join us there in about 20 minutes for that Match of the Week. What are your predictions there real quick, Dwayne?
Well, I'm going to say look out for the chin music. These two teams have been known to be chippy in the past. Weaver and Mantis, probably one of the more hotly contested rivalries that we have in the XBL this season. The Jabronis and the Beavers have faced off in countless scrims. I'm expecting a low-scoring game from either side because they know each other very well. Mantis is a very experienced pitcher. Weaver also extremely experienced at preventing Mantis from scoring. So we will see how that plays out. We've got Shaka and Emerald Field, a couple of bigger parks. But both of these teams are going to be looking to jump out and make a statement. And like I said, watch out. It could be a little chin music, could be a little quick chatting going on. These two teams know each other well. Big rivals.
It's going to be so much fun to watch, and I'll be happy to broadcast that with you, like I said, at the top of the hour. So we hope you can come back for that. If you're joining us, if you're unable to join us, thank you so much for watching. But if you are able to, we'll welcome you back in just 20 minutes at the top of the hour. XBL match of the week between Weavers Beavers and Mantis and his Junkyard Jabronis. Don't go anywhere. There is more XBL matchups left to come. Stay with us.